Hey guys, Immersed here. Welcome to a Protection Paladin in Mogu'shan Palace. So let's just jump right into it. This is going to be a live commentary run. So we're going to just go ahead and pull the Girthin Iron Maw. And we have a Rogue, an 88 Rogue, an 87 Hunter, and a 90 Mage. And this is going to be a really interesting run. I ran this once before this video, and it is a very, very fun dungeon. So we're going to go ahead and just be safe and try to do one pull at a time here. And I'm just going to ask the hunter in just a minute to take Growl off his pet. Just because having Growl on just really makes the tank's job a little bit harder. Alright, so these guys you really got to watch out for. They do a crazy AoE, so I'm going to save my stun for when he goes ahead and does that. And you're going to see it coming up in just a minute here. Right here, Whirlwind. We're going to stun him right there to stop that. Get our shields up. Shield of Righteous up. Use our Consecration and our Judgment. Alright, he's going to use Whirlwind. We're going to back up. And that is that. Very, very easy. So again, we're going to concentrate him down first. Interrupt the lightning bolt from the Stormcaller. Now we know we're going to get hit really, really hard by the Whirlwind in just a second here. Alright, there we go. Let's get our charts up, see what our DPS are doing. Very, very good. Alright. We're going to actually use Repentance in just a second here. We're going to try kind of a not the smoothest pull, but alright, the Rogue actually sapped far right, so it is going to be a smooth pull right after we finish with this guy. Alright, going to Trinket out of the stun, just immediately get aggro on the Rib Crusher. I'm not quite sure if there's another appropriate name for these guys, especially with the Whirlwind ability. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pull a sap just because I can rely on my Repentance cooldown. I'll actually recast it right now. Alright, very, very easy. So long as you have good CC, the dungeon can be very, very fun and very, very easy. Alright, so we have a 90 Fire Mage, I believe. Yep, 90 Fire Mage. Alright. So the boss fights in this dungeon are very, very, very cool. Gonna wait for the Rogue. Okay, the Rogue got caught. I guess the Quillen can see through stealth. Cannot remember the name of them for the life of me right there. Alright, so we're gonna stun one, move away from the other one. Alright. Alright, yeah, always use CC when you can. It really, 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 really helps. Alright, so we're going to get a pummel off in his lightning bolt. And anytime you get a Divine Purpose proc, always, always, always make sure you don't overlap your shield just to get the full use out of them. Alright, and he goes down. Alright, so this little area is actually very, very cool. It's a very, very cool boss fight. Basically what the deal is the boss is trying to pick between what leader should be, what clan should be the leader rather, as you can see if you read this right here. So what he basically tells the leaders to do is attack us, and whichever one can kill us will become the new leader. But in this one we're not going to let anyone kill us, so we're just going to go ahead and pull him a little bit into the middle here, give that Rogue some space to do his backstabs if he's subtlety. I'm not quite sure. No, he's combat, okay. Alright. So Conflagrate is just a really hard hitting move. So very self-explanatory. Basically just a tank and spank for the first of the clan leaders here. Meteor will hit very, very, very hard, and the healer will have to get that target back up to full health. It drops you at about half health, so that is a very, very strong spell. Alright, so that clan is done. Woo. Alright, Conflagrate actually deals 25,000 damage and disorients you. Alright, so this Quillen right here does not actually have an aggro table. As much as you try to hold aggro, it kind of just does its own thing. It'll ravage any party or raid member. So as you can see, I really can't go above 100% aggro. And right there I wasn't paying attention, so I got hit by the shockwave of the Kwai the Brute. Alright, so here we go again, shockwave. It'll turn to a random party member and cast this, and it'll just knock you in the air and do a lot of damage to you. So always have him faced away from the group. So again, just get behind him. Oh, and a little too late there. So the hardest boss fight in this one is for sure the last boss. It really sucks. And just mainly because, okay, I'm going to mark this guy to get him down very quick. Because I can basically, alright, there we go. Or you could just let him live and then just focus on that guy. Not a problem. Alright. So the last boss fight really sucks. There's like 100 elements that you need to watch out for. So we're going to interrupt his lightning bolt. So I'm just going to use Divine Protection to get rid of some of the lightning bolt damage that he was going to do to me right there. And again, pummel it. And he casts these twisters, as you can see right there. Trying to interrupt his lightning bolt again. Magnetic field. You're going to have to get away from that. It's basically like a whirlwind. It does pull things into him though. And deals 45,000 damage so long as you're in there. So that's a very hard hitting spell. Alright, he goes down. Alright, so after that we're just going to go ahead and go over here, which is where you could loot the chest and get the boss drop here. Alright, so going down the secret passage. Alright, so very much like a few other dungeons in World of Warcraft, there's a scout here. Kind of like Zolamen or Zolgarub, I can't remember. I think Zolamen, I think. You basically have to kill the scout. So right here you don't actually get a 100% chance to. He'll just basically shout as soon as you go to pull him. So we're just going to go ahead and get aggro on these guys right here. Use a Consecration, Holy Wrath, and Hammer the Righteous. And keep your Judgment on cooldown. Very fun tanking class of Protection Paladin. Alright, he can be stunned also for 5 seconds, so also use that if you're taking too much damage. Or just to shut him down for just a minute. Alright, and he goes down real quick. Alright, and there's also 2 invisible paths right here. Gonna trinket out of that just to get my shield up and get some aggro. Alright, and they can, every time they use the ability Shank, they actually stun you for a little bit, so that is really, really frustrating after a certain amount of time. Alright, so here we go. Gonna finish off these guys and just move on. Alright, so I actually don't think every time they use Shank, they stun you, but maybe the first few times. Alright, so the rogue getting a sap off here. And the hunter breaking it. Alright, I'm just too late to do any kind of CC here. So just going to switch off to the right one because I know I have pretty good aggro on the left target. Interrupting his hex there. And again, with long casts like that, what you could do is just wait until it gets to the 80 to 90% complete proportion, because if you interrupt it right away, he goes right back to dealing damage. But if you can use a few seconds there just to, you know, let him cast it and interrupt at the last possible second, you're actually going to get less damage done to you, because all he's going to do is spend that time casting. He's not actually going to be doing any damage to you. Alright, so just going to quickly kill these guys off. Alright, going to pull these guys up here. And 2 Divine Purpose procs in a row. Alright. Gonna stun the right one with hammer, just to take him out of the combat for a few seconds. Okay, gonna right back and wait a few seconds before I interrupt this. Right there, I'll interrupt it. Alright, and this guy going down really, really quick. Alright, so this boss fight is a little bit different than the first one, where we have to fight actually a few people first. So I'm going to get my Avenger Shield out on the far right guy. Alright, so I believe he enrages his... yeah, haste increased and damage taken increased, so we can actually finish him quicker, but he does more damage over a quicker amount of time. Alright, so just making sure I still have aggro on the range guys, using my Judgment, my shield to secure that. And just trying to get him down really, really quick. And as you can see, he's actually getting a buff too. Reckless Inspiration, haste increased by 50%, damage taken increased by 50%, immune to long duration crowd control. So DPS aside to kill the ads there, I'll still maintain aggro on him. Alright, and DPS just about to finish that last guy off there. And I think for every creature killed, he gets damage taken. So what we should have done, and again, this is my second time in here, I'm still learning this dungeon a little bit. What we should have done is killed all the ads first, because now he's going to take increased damage, so that's very, very good. Alright, he goes down. So we'll just let the rogue get the loot. Pretty nice cloak. Alright, so we're going to go over here and wait for the elevator. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and go up here. The slowest moving elevator on WoW. So there's a patrol here, but you can actually avoid this if you just wait for a few seconds. And at this point, straight through that way is basically a shortcut to get back to the last boss if you wipe on it. And the last boss has a lot of control abilities, a lot of damaging abilities, so it's not uncommon to wipe on this boss at all. Alright, so it's going to wait till the rest of the party members get up here. Alright, just waiting for the warrior to get here. But yeah, also now when food drops, it's actually complete food buff. For example, these dropped for me, 100 mastery for an hour. Okay, the mage went and pulled. Alright, so we're going to use our repentance to CC one of the casters right there. Interrupt the fireball. Use the stun on the Flame Seeker just to stop that massive AoE damage spell he does. Again, he's going to hit me pretty hard with a fireball here. Alright, getting them down really, really quick. Alright. Interrupting his AoE again. Always use your pummel, guys. Never, ever, ever hesitate to use that, because any spell you could stop is a good spell to stop, usually. Alright, so just while we wait for the warrior, we can just go ahead and start full clearing this. Okay, just repentance one and pull the other. Very, very simple. You can even stun this if you want, so you can stop a lot of damage. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this again. Now there is a scrying orb up here. I'm not too sure what that will actually stop. What I'm thinking it'll stop is maybe one of the weapons on the last boss. That's just me guessing though. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and click it one and see what it'll do, because I have not actually been up here before. So, we'll just go ahead and repentance one, get aggro on the other one, and shield the other two, pull them away from the CC'd one. My silence missed the other one, unfortunately. Alright, so again, going to try for my shield to get that one close to me. Alright, there we go. And the group, okay, kind of being really, really hectic right now. Alright, not a problem. Alright, there we go. And we'll get the last one down right now. Alright, and there we go. Alright, let's click it and see what it'll do. Oh, it's already been clicked. Maybe it would turn them to stone? Huh. Alright, well, let's just pull the other side and see if it'll actually say anything. Alright, so I'm going to pull them away from the CC target so there's no threat in breaking the CC target. Alright, DPS behaving pretty good. And they put a debuff on you that reduces armor by X number percent, and it can stack, so that's a very dangerous debuff. Get that off of you as soon as you can. So while he CC'd, we'll just click it. And it basically unchisels the big stone statue. Again, this is my second time in here. I'm not 100% sure what that'll do, but I did want to show you guys a new dungeon. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and pull the last boss. Okay, gonna Repentance arranged, and go ahead and pull. Alright, there we go. Gonna stun the biggest guy just because logically he should be doing the biggest amount of damage. Alright. Finish off these guys and go to our CC target. Gonna interrupt that as soon as I land from being kicked in the air like our puntable marmot in our last video. Alright. So, gonna go ahead and pull these guys. They come all at once, and they do have quite a lot of health. And they pounce on your group and do a lot of AoE damage, so gonna try and get the Hunter's Trap here to proc, and there it is. Use your Hammer of the Righteous, Holy Wrath, and Consecration to keep aggro along with your shield when you need it. Alright. Alright, so this boss just has a lot of damaging abilities. I'm going to show you guys where I like to tank him. It's right here, right on the ground and to the right. So I'll do a quick ready check to make sure everyone's ready. Just waiting for our healer's mana, that's always a good thing to do. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull him down here, face him away from the group, right here. Because he does do a forward, right there, ground slam, doing a lot of damage. So, I'm going to move him right back to where he was. So now he'll summon these axes that act like a blade storm attack constantly, so you do not want to be near those. And they're only in certain parts of the room, so right here I'm not actually getting hit by one. So again with the ground slam, I'm going to move again, go right back, and straighten out a little bit here. So now he activates Stream of Blades, and as you can see behind there, it's basically a flail of blades. You see better like that, so you don't want to get caught in that either. Again, standing here you can avoid all of that. So this is, in my opinion, the best tank to, the best area, to tank him. This is, like I said, my second time, I believe, running this, and I found this on the first time. So I really like tanking him here. The group isn't in danger of the ground slam, and the melee DPS nor me are taking damage from the flying weapons of mass destruction, as I say. Just because if you do get hit by them, you are going to go down really quick. Alright, so again, let the ground slam just hit the wall and destroy the beautiful palace he created. Alright, so he is going down right now. I am getting shot by the crossbows, so this is a heavy healing phase right now. And I believe the crossbows just hit you. And now the staff is focused on me, as you see right there, creating a circle. And once the circle is complete, it will do a lot of damage. And the boss goes down very quickly. Hopefully before his ground slam. There we go. Alright. That is very good. This is the Mogu'shan Palace on a Protection Paladin. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped. If it did, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. It would greatly help me. Thank you guys very much for watching, and as always, happy hunting. Thank you.